The thoughts you have about other people often reveal more about you than they do about them. Every day, we make assumptions, judgments, and interpretations about the people around us without even realizing it. We see someone succeed and think they got lucky. We see someone fail and assume they weren't prepared. We see someone acting confidently and decide they must have life figured out. Most of the time, we are not seeing reality. We are seeing our own beliefs reflected back at us. Human beings naturally view the world through their own experiences. We use our personal history as a reference point for understanding other people. If we are insecure about our abilities, we may assume confident people are arrogant. If we struggle with trust, we may become suspicious of those who seem kind. Without realizing it, we project our internal world onto everyone around us. Psychologists have long studied this tendency. One of the most common examples is something known as projection. Projection occurs when we attribute our own thoughts, feelings, or behaviors to someone else. A person who is dishonest may become overly suspicious of others. Someone who constantly seeks approval may accuse other people of being desperate for attention. In many cases, the trait that irritates us most is one we recognize somewhere within ourselves. This does not mean every criticism is projection. People can accurately identify flaws and strengths in others. The line between the two is often much thinner than we realize. This becomes especially clear when we encounter people who remind us of ourselves. Sometimes we admire them because they possess qualities we wish we had. Other times we criticize them because they reflect habits, fears, or weaknesses we would rather ignore. The traits we notice most often are frequently the traits we understand best because they already exist within us. Think about how often people assume motives. Someone receives a promotion and one person believes they earned it through hard work. Another assumes favoritism. A third believes they manipulated their way to the top. The event itself remains unchanged, yet the interpretations vary dramatically. The same thing happens in everyday conversations. A short text message can be interpreted as friendly, rude, dismissive, or indifferent. Social media has amplified this tendency more than ever before. We decide whether they are successful, intelligent, or shallow based on tiny fragments of information. Most people are living lives far more complicated than they appear from the outside. The human brain prefers a complete story, even if parts of that story are inaccurate. The assumptions we make about people often shape how we treat them. If we assume someone is dishonest, we may never give them an opportunity to prove otherwise. The cycle continues without us ever questioning the original assumption. This is one reason why first impressions are so powerful. The most self-aware individuals recognize this tendency within themselves. They know their biases influence how they view others. Instead of immediately accepting every judgment as fact, they become curious. They ask questions. This mindset creates stronger relationships and a deeper understanding of the world. Just as you form opinions about other people, they are forming opinions about you. The more aware you become of your own biases, the more clearly you can see other people. You recognize that understanding people requires more than observation. It requires humility. Because in the end, the thoughts we have about others are often a mirror. The challenge is learning the difference. The people who learn that skill gain something incredibly valuable. And in doing so, they gain a clearer understanding not only of others, but of themselves.